His sister, dead at 31 years old, nearly an hour from home. Immigration and civil rights attorney Joseph Murphy working with Carlo to make sense of his sister's final days.
This is an older brother. It's his younger sister. They told him on a Thursday that the charges were dismissed and she was going to be released. She doesn't come out on Friday. He gets a call on Monday that she's dead. This is obviously going to make questions in anybody's mind.
Port Authority police said maintenance crews working near the Monongahela Incline spotted her from across East Carson Street lying on the ground of this bus shelter shortly after 10 o'clock that morning. She wasn't breathing and had no pulse. Officers attempted life-saving measures using CPR, an AED, and Narcan before she was taken to UPMC Presbyterian Hospital in critical condition.
The doctor told the family it was a cardiac arrest. The in-between part is the part that confuses everybody.
And that she died wearing an ankle monitor.
The doctor told me that she has a bracelet on her feet.
The Washington County Public Defender's Office said Daphy had an ICE detainer on her file, which is a request from ICE that the agency be notified before an individual is released from law enforcement custody or jail. In response to my list of questions, ICE confirmed that on February 27th, the day after Daphy's charges were dismissed, she was enrolled into the agency's Alternatives to Detention program. That happened here at the ERO, or Enforcement and Removal Operations Pittsburgh office on the south side. An ICE public affairs officer said the agency placed Daphy on, quote, reporting requirements through electronic monitoring while her original immigration proceedings remained pending, noting she entered the U.S. through a port of entry in Texas in December 2022 under a discretionary authorization which allows a non-citizen into the country for urgent humanitarian reasons. Immigration records are sealed, but the family confirmed that after being paroled into the U.S., she filed a written request for political asylum. I asked ICE when she arrived to the ERO Pittsburgh office, when and where she was given the ankle monitor, how long she was in ICE custody, and when and where she was released. Those questions remain unanswered.
Obviously, the charges were dismissed, so they can't deport her for the charges that she's not guilty of, and they decided they wanted to have some monitoring on her, and that would have been done at the Jane Street office.
ISAP, the Intensive Supervision Appearance Program, is there. That's where Murphy said a private contractor is paid to put ankle monitors on non-citizens with pending immigration cases.
But it seems perfectly reasonable if you're going to take someone all the way up here and that far out of their element and process them for all these different things, you could have just as easily driven them back down there where they'd have their support networks, and ideally where things like this were much less of a risk.
After being released from the Washington County Jail, the timeline to Daphy's death is unknown. ICE confirmed that on March 3rd, the day after Daphy's death, the agency received an alert from Daphy's ankle monitor indicating it had been removed. By that point, her body was in the custody of the Allegheny County Medical Examiner's Office, awaiting an autopsy.
Why is she dead? What was she doing wandering around in Pittsburgh? These are all things that any loved one would want to have something we call closure.
In Daphy's efforts to secure legal status in the U.S., the Executive Office for Immigration Review confirmed she was set to appear before a judge in Florida on April 16th for a hearing on her immigration case.
We were looking for a better way, a better health for her, because this country is really respect the law and they respect people, and she came here to looking for life. That is the reason she came here.
Now, Carlo is left trying to understand his sister's final steps that led her here.
I need justice for my sister.
Autopsy and toxicology results could take several weeks. We'll keep you updated as any new information becomes available. Covering Allegheny County and Pittsburgh's South Side, Kaylee Gunderson, Pittsburgh's Action News.